Good afternoon, commercial team. Thank you for taking time out of your busy days to watch this video. As you know, in the commercial group, we win in this world by speed, relationships, and proper risk management. Those are, in my mind, the keys to world-class member service, which ultimately is our goal. If we execute on these promises, we'll also have higher profitability for the credit union due to lower expenses, and also increased opportunities to add value to our commercial members in the form of additional loans and deposit opportunities. What I want to talk to you about today is a very important change initiative. That is our electronic files. As many of you have expressed to me, and many of you probably know already, we have a procedure and process in place for how we want to manage those files. However, we do not have a consistent way of managing them at this point. What I've found and what others have expressed is that often files are not being built the same, nor are they being saved in the same way. This creates more chaos. It creates a longer amount of time needed to find the proper files, and ultimately those speak back to our speed of delivery and our relationships and risk management. If we can't find the files that we need quickly with a high degree of certainty, it's very difficult to execute in a quick fashion. For this project, Tori Males will be accountable, and she's also going to be in charge of making any changes initially that she feels are necessary, along with input from the team. And going forward, she's going to be held accountable for the quality of the files. This project is critical. As you know, our primary growth strategy is through acquisition. We recently acquired Golden Eagle Bank, which means we acquired 700 additional loans and approximately $110 million in outstanding commercial loans. We also have the current ADVF portfolio of $280 million, so we're nearly $400 million in total loans at this juncture. Our current files are not up to the standard that they need them to be, and if we have 700 more loans coming in from Golden Eagle, that will only compound the problem. Something that you may not know, but I'm sure have a good sense of, Cheryl constantly is on the lookout for additional acquisition opportunities. It would not surprise me at all if we don't close on the sale of another commercial bank within the next 12 months. That makes this project even more critical as we take on the 700 additional loans from Golden Eagle and also add in new from any other future acquisitions. If we don't make this change now, if we don't get buy-in right now, and if everyone doesn't follow the same process, procedure, and naming convention, we're only going to compound our problems down the road. What can you expect from me? Well, I'm going to be holding Tori accountable for this project. That means she's going to be holding you accountable for this project as well going forward across both commercial lending and commercial services lines. She is going to be 100% in charge of those files. I will also continue to preach a consistent message about the importance of this project, along with any issues or concerns that arise, either from Tori or from the team that she raises up to me or that you bring to me. I want to make sure everyone understands that we have a high amount of urgency to act right now and the importance of this project, both now and going forward. It's certainly the type of project in which there is no finish line. However, there is a benchmark that we need to achieve. 95% of the files can have a clear path to where they need to be saved and how to be saved. There are always about 5% in my estimation that will be outliers and that we may need some judgment on where exactly they go. But if we execute well on the 95%, we will be in a much, much better situation now and going forward. What do I expect from you? Well, number one, understand the urgency of this project and understand that I really need every single person to buy into what we're trying to achieve. We've got over 40 team members currently, and all of us touch these files in some way, shape, or form. That means the more consistently we save them in the same locations, we name them the same, the more consistent you're going to be able to find the pieces that you need. That'll be quicker for the member, less frustrating for you, and ultimately result in more profitability for us going down the road. I also need all of you, again, as another reminder, to have consistent application of the format that we roll out. There will be some tough discussions, I'm sure, about why we're doing it a certain way or why we need to do it this way versus the other way. I need all of you to buy into the way that we decide to do it, whether you agree or not, because ultimately that's what's going to make your job easier and this department better and create a better process for the member. The last thing I would leave you with is to please make sure that you coach others and that you're coachable in terms of holding each other accountable to the standard format and naming conventions that we roll out. The quickest way we can make this change is for all of you to buy in and hold each other accountable, including me or Tom or Tori. If we are not following the process that we outlined, make sure you are raising that question with us. Hey, I thought we were doing it a certain way. It appears you're doing it a different way. Can you help me understand why? Because it appears we have a clear process. If you guys are holding each other accountable in those ways, this project will be executed upon in a much quicker fashion. Ultimately, that's what we need going forward, is for you guys to quote unquote self-police each other. In no way do I expect a year from now that Tori's constantly out there having to correct people on which direction we're going or how we need to save files or where files are saved or how they're named. I need you guys to be doing that for each other as well, knowing that it's for the greater good and ultimately results in better member service. And last thing I'll leave you with is I just want to thank you all again for your hard work and efforts and dedication to this company and to this department, and most importantly to serving our members. It doesn't go unnoticed, and I know that there are many of us who are passionate about what we do and care very deeply. That can make change a little difficult at times because we are all experienced people who have well-formed ideas and opinions. We are going to decide on one way to do this, and we are all going to follow it. There will be no other path. And I appreciate your willingness to negotiate and to bend on what maybe you don't see as the most important way to do it or the best way to do it, but know that we need to focus more on what is consistent rather than what everyone thinks is the best. If we do this consistently, we are going to create a much better department and ultimately provide much better member service and greater profitability to the credit union, which means more opportunities for us and our members. Thanks again. I appreciate your hard work and efforts, and I look forward to seeing the results of this very important and urgent initiative. Have a great day.